Hi guys, thank you for tuning in to my highlight and contour tutorial. I applied my foundation off camera. The foundation I used is Maybelline FitMe in shade 356. To begin, I highlight using C12 and C13 from Makeup Revolution's Conceal and Define range. I begin with C13, applying it in a sweeping motion, and then I fan out the concealer for increased blendability. I apply the lighter highlighter shades to these areas, my under eye, chin, forehead, and along my nasal bridge. I then apply C12 on top of C13 in the under eye area and on the nasal bridge for added brightness. Now with my Face Expert brush from Raw Techniques to blend. Fanning out the concealer really ensures that there's a gradient, so we go from less product to more products, which increases the blendability, and that is what we're trying to achieve. A perfectly blended base is so important when it comes to doing your makeup. Bring the concealer all the way up to your eyelids. You don't want to forget that because it shows you can't have makeup all over your face and have naked eyelids. Like, it really looks crazy. And also bring that product around the mouth. I look like the annoying orange. See how my face looks so flat and one-dimensional? To contour, I use C16 from that same Conceal and Define range. I suck in my cheeks to get an accurate idea of where my cheekbones are. Product placement is so key. However, it's also important that you know your own face. Where I contour might not work for you. A little goes a long way with the nasal area, so I apply my concealer in dashes. The same goes for the forehead as well. I then blend the larger areas with a Real Techniques contour brush. Now you can see that I've added some dimension back into my face. Contouring the forehead area helps to minimize your forehead if you're like me and you have quite a bit of forehead space. And in general, it just adds a lot of angles and shadows back into your face. And for the nasal area, I blend out that contour with a pointed foundation brush from Raw Techniques. Bring the product all the way up to your eyebrow area. Defining the inner eyebrow area that connects with your nasal bridge really helps to slim the nose. Lord knows I'm not a magician or a scientist, so we're gonna have to clean up the highlighted and contoured areas. With C12, I straighten out the nasal area because who wants a wonky nose? And again, blend this all out with the Face Expert brush. I go over the nose contour with any product that's left on the pointed foundation brush. Don't judge me? Don't judge me. To set my contoured areas, I use the brown shade from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette. So just build and blend, build and blend. You don't want to use too much of a shade to begin with because blending it out will get really messy and your face will start to look a bit muddy. To set my highlighted areas, I use my Sacha Buttercup powder. Use this in moderation because you don't want to look cakey or have a cast on your face. And note how I'm pressing the powder into my face so that it doesn't just sit on top. Now blend both of the powders with a Real Techniques foundation brush to get rid of any harsh lines of demarcation. Now for my favourite part, highlighting. I used the Sleek Makeup Loveshook palette. I used the third shade and the Real Techniques buffing brush. A little bit of this honestly goes a long way. Apply it on the apples of your cheeks, your forehead area, nasal bridge, cupid's bow, and chin, although I'm not really a fan, but balance. Buff that in slightly so that it looks a lot more natural. And for the lips, I'm using my Nip and Fab lip topper in Shooting Star and a brown lip liner by Sleek. I don't know the name, but I will list it in the description bar. Last but not least, the eyelids. I used the same brown shade from the Zulu palette. Apply that lightly on the eyelid area because you don't want the eyes to look bland while everything else has dimension and shades to it. I applied my lashes off camera and voila, we are done. This is my highlight and contour routine.